Hello, folks, and today it's the Crypto Lunatic giving you a comparison between Ethereum, Solana, and Worldcoin. This is, as ever with my channel, it's definitely not financial advice. It's just a very brief overview of a few things that people that are early to crypto can understand. This is not for seasoned experts. It's for people that are relatively new to the space that don't like all the crypto geekery and the complicated language in crypto. So without further ado, folks, without further ado, let us dive in and take you on this little journey. So here we go. This is the Ethereum website. Welcome to Ethereum, folks. Now, Ethereum is the second biggest crypto by market cap, second only to Bitcoin. It was early to the party. It's been around since 2014, and it is very credible, well respected, and has a lot of people building on it already. That's the good side. They were first mover advantage in Ethereum. What wasn't so good is they were a little bit slower and clunkier and way more expensive. One of the big issues that Ethereum has had is the very expensive gas fees. And what's that? The gas fee is a transaction fee. So it's not going down to the petrol station or the gas station and filling up. No, you just have to pay big transaction fees. And despite that, look, here's a few stats from their website. In the last 30 days, they've done 1.252 million transactions. So even with their very expensive fee structure, they have a lot of people using it. Very credible there. They've got a lot of money staked and value locked. And what does that mean? It means these are the people here that have bought Ethereum and they've committed it. They've invested it. They've locked it up. They've committed to the blockchain. It's a good sign. It's generally all you need to know if you're new. It's a very, very good sign that people are committed in. There's talk of an Ethereum exchange traded fund, which means that the big boys in crypto are about to get in or have been getting in. So this is another good thing for Ethereum. So let's look at the Ethereum charts here. We like looking at charts, folks. So let's start with the token sale. Let's see where this all started. It's the Ethereum journey, the people that got in early. So the people that got in early did so back in 2014 at this price here, folks. Very significant. That the people that got in early have already made an 879,000% return on their investment. So your price is pumped, you're late to the party with Ethereum. But the fact is, it's very well established. It's here to stay by the look of it. And it's improving as we move forward. Always important to know. Analytics, well, as you can see, it's very up and down, Ethereum, but it has made money over time. So you can see it's definitely not pumping as well as a lot of the cryptos in the space, but it's there. There's a lot of green on there. There's also been a lot of red in the last few months, which, well, you can read into that whatever you want, folks. Let's go to the overview so you can see what it's done over time. We like to look macro. We go to all, and we see when it started trading, it made instant profits for the people that got in at 33. At 33p, so they or 33 cents. So obviously they got in at 2014. It was launched in 2017, and those people were rewarded for getting in early with instant profits. So there's a lot of people very happy that they got in early with Ethereum. You can see during the last bull cycle, it pumped massively. It went up almost to 5,000. And now it's been, even though it's had a bit of a pump, it's been relatively suppressed in this market compared to some of the other runners. The one thing that we love about Ethereum is its tokenomics. So the circulating supply is 100% of the total supply, which is fantastic. That's as good as it gets on tokenomics, which means that there's no more releasing. All of the vesting dumpage is over. And so that is not a consideration. Now, here's another little thing. I just typed in Ethereum news just to see what sort of headlines are coming up. And you can read through those as I scroll down. Now, I tend not to focus much on Ethereum news or any news because without deep diving into the source of it and the motivations of the people behind it, I find a lot of news very pinch of salt-esque. But there's no question that Ethereum was the first to the party. It's got early mover advantage. The corporates, the big boys, the investment funds are looking to set up an Ethereum ETF, and it's a fairly solid project. So there you go. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at Solana now. So Solana, let's go up. Powerful for developers, fast for everyone, folks. Start building, quick, start building. So let's look. Now, this is impressive, folks. 29.7 million fee-paying accounts. Now, the reason that people like Solana is because it's so much faster and cheaper than Ethereum. No one can deny that. This is really impressive. The median fee transaction cost, way less than, well, it's just a very small fraction of a cent. And I can tell you from making mistakes on Ethereum early that sometimes that the fee can be as much as $50, even $60 on small transactions. In fact, some transactions I was looking to make for small amounts where the transaction fee was more than the actual transaction. So Solana has a massive advantage there. And as far as traction is concerned, it's got way more traction. There's more people moving into it. It is evolving. And some people are even talking about Solana flipping Ethereum. And some people are saying it's happening. It's happening. So Solana was a little bit later to the party, but they're faster and they're cheaper than Ethereum. And it's not even comparable. They're much faster and much cheaper than Ethereum. So now let's look here. So the private sale, who got in? They got in at 22 cents. Well, when we compare that to Ethereum, we saw that the early stage investors got in at 33 cents, and Ethereum now is trading at about $2,500. So Solana is still significantly down on that, which suggests that it potentially has more potential upside. Especially with the traction that it's getting. We look at the total that's raised. It's already raised a lot of money in their pre-funding rounds. And if we go to the overview, we can look at tokenomics, which is the next thing. So on tokenomics, it's not quite as strong as Ethereum, but 79.9% of the total supply released into the circulating supply is still pretty useful tokenomics, folks. It's still not bad at all. And let's look at the history of its trading. So it started off down here at about $3 or $4, and it actually went down to somewhere similar to that within this cycle somewhere. I can tell you around about here, it went down to about $4 or $5. So there are people sitting on fairly good profits, but bear in mind that this is still a fairly large cap crypto and has a lot of usage and has a lot of has very cheap transaction fees. Solana is gaining traction very, very well at the moment. So, and with a much lower market cap than Ethereum. So let's look at Solana news. Again, we don't read too much into this, folks, but it does give a general trends that people are generally talking positive things in Solana. And the user stats speak for themselves. It's a very solid project, and a lot of people are backing it as a better bet than Ethereum. But again, there's people both sides of that fence. So let's go thirdly to Worldcoin. Now, this is a slightly different beast, folks. What is Worldcoin? Well, we can look through the website and you'll see all sorts of fancy things, but I can summarize it by saying that Worldcoin is providing their own unique orbs for people to go and get their eyeballs scanned for data that they're saying is very safe. You can believe that if you want. And they're giving people Worldcoins to get their eyeballs scanned. So people in many poor countries are getting their eyeballs scanned with the promise that these tokens are going to go up in value. So that's already a warning sign, folks. So let's look into Worldcoin. Let's look at the stats here. So with the fundraising, they've raised a lot of money. And let's look here at the overview. So the overview, folks, the overview. So you see it's a much smaller market cap. We're way under $1 billion, which always means that there's more potential for it to potentially go up. If the same amount of money comes in, then it will go up a lot more. If that's a big if, folks. You can see that the maximum supply is here, and we have the circulating supply is only 3.59% of the maximum supply. That's horrendous tokenomics, folks. And that means that they're holding back a lot for people. In fact, let's look at vesting. You can see vesting schedules here. So there's only 18.3% of the tokens are even unlocked at the moment. And this is where the tokens are going. They're going to hand out most of the tokens to people to get their eyeballs scanned. And you can see that there's token unlocks that go on until 2029. So there's going to be dumpage left, right, and center on this token, folks. So I'm going to suggest that if you're investing in this, just be aware of the dumpage that is coming your way, and all these free tokens that be handed to people in poor countries. It's a question of when are they going to cash them in, because the odds are that they're sitting on these tokens waiting to make a profit. Now, here's where it gets interesting, folks. Worldcoin news. And what we see here is government's worldwide crackdown, police drop investigation, right? Potential ban in Colombia, Worldcoin banned in Portugal over privacy concerns, like so, data violations, watchdogs slamming them. So the list goes on, folks, and that's just 3 and 2. Let's go to number 1. Look, it's all stuff of concerns over privacy and being shut down in certain countries. So you can take whatever you want to out of that, folks. But that is just an interesting place to start with Worldcoin. It's a very controversial project, and it is not for the faint-hearted. So you're either going to believe in what they're doing or you're not. And it seems like the majority of people are a little bit cynical. What are they going to do with the data after they've scanned my eyeball? And they're also planning to decentralize their network and say, oh, we'll give it to the people. Is it going to work? Is any of it going to work? And will they care whether it works once they have all of your eyeballs scanned and they have the data that they're looking for? So the questions, folks. So I would say definitely proceed with caution. As with anything, do your own research. And if you want more of my updates where you don't get any of the crypto geekery, you just get overviews and pointed in the right directions of where to start, then by all means, like and subscribe to this video, folks. And if you want more of my random musings, well, there's another video there for you. Thanks for your time and enjoy your crypto journey.